clip's third episode opens with Donald's voicemail with V making the rounds on the internet. Doc hears how terrible this audio is on the drive home and requests that the clips be delivered to him. Andy Roser departs the hotel early in an attempt to avoid incurring Doc's wrath, which is probably for the best as the crew is understandably furious over the recording. Even worse, Chris, one of the squad members, was caught in the corridor while returning from the gym wearing his Clippers attire. With team members, their families, and even celebrities participating in the behavior or facing harassment, the entire social spectrum is exploding. Doc is aware that they must make a statement, but he thinks they need Andy to do so. Doc, who is certain that Donald will apologize and help this whole thing blow over, says that the team as a whole should get together and determine what to do. Doc confronts Andy when he discovers him downstairs. He calls for a live apology within the hour. Before the players decide whether or not to play, Doc wants all of the attention to be on Donald and away from the guys. An NBA athlete is on her way to V's, and her attorney is pleading with her to commit a recorded statement to memory in order to get through the investigation. As reporters begin to pour onto the lawn, Deja uses Kim Kardashian, of all people, as an example of how to make a positive comeback out of a scandal. Shelley tells the investigators that V put drugs in his drink while V speaks to them separately. V, on the other hand, just asserts that she has hundreds of tapes and that this is a regular occurrence. In his room, Donald makes a formulaic statement claiming that his voice has changed and rejecting all of his actions rather than taking responsibility for them. Under the Clippers logo, all of this. Doc is furious, and the group discusses their next course of action in light of this. The majority of them are furious about the claims and the notion of being owned, and they wish to boycott. Some think it would be better for them to continue playing since it would be helping the bigots. Doc adds his 2 cents, saying that they should win and become champions for themselves and not for Donald. After a while, they all agree to perform, but DJ is not satisfied and wants to stage a protest. Shelley and invite Andy and Donald to a couple's supper that evening. Shelley is not amused, though, and finally Donald loses it and tells her to shut the fuck up. Shelley scoffs, finally making her way back to her hotel room with her friend Julie, who arrives to offer some consolation and is firmly of the opinion that Donald's a scumbag. Julie brings up the subject of splitting from Donald, but Shelley hasn't given it any thought. However, Julie thinks it might be best for her. Simultaneously, V makes a great deal out of the situation and tries to capitalize on her celebrity by getting hats manufactured to order, rolling out on skates, and having her photo taken by paparazzi. Deja requests that V go talk to someone about Donald. She casually asserts that she didn't play the tape, but she won't comply. Furthermore, she claims that Deja is only jealous of the attention she is receiving. Deja is upset because she feels like a hypocrite and ends up leaving things precariously close to the edge. The team shows up to play that evening. As we approach Game 4, their message of support is already unsettling, but to make matters worse, Donald is on his way to the match. Thankfully, he complies with Doc's threats and demands to return to the hotel. The crew chooses to wear their shirts inside out in protest. Despite everything, the team still loses. Awfully. After the game, Shelley tries to talk to the squad, but it just makes matters worse. V makes the decision to pull out another publicity trick, this time posing with a turtle outside the house for pictures. When someone asks for her autograph, she responds that she's the next U.S. president. All of this is a ruse to attempt to take advantage of her online persona. But that evening, she listens to more of Donald's recording, in which he questions her complexion and remarks that she doesn't even look black. The review of the episode. As the tape's consequences become apparent, our heroes must work together as a team. This episode, Donald receives less screen time, which makes sense, as V begins to descend the path toward stardom, forgetting her pals in the process and simultaneously developing an obsession with likes and follows. The team's response to what's going on, as well as the drama involving all the players and Doc, provide the truly intriguing drama and the meat of this episode. Particularly Doc is in a dangerous situation because he is forced to act as Donald's go-between, totally unaware of the chaos he has created. Good acting helps the show, and at the conclusion, the drama builds to a crescendo that leaves a lot of room for what will happen in the next week's chapter.